Hello, viewers. I thought I'd try something different tonight. I haven't posted for a week or so because life has been a little bit interesting, shall we say, with everything that's going on at the moment. But I just thought I'd try and do a run along the line with all the safety systems, well, the ones I'm aware of anyway, all in operation. We'll see. We'll see how easy, or how bad, or how good, or how terrible I am. So, what do we need to do? We need to board the train. Not down the stairs though. So we've obviously got the information boards that are working. So let's see how we get on. I thought I'd try and get a couple more of the scenarios done on this game, and I've been dabbling in a bit of SnowRunner as well, and they've just released the new DLC. So I'll probably bang up a couple of videos on that. But SnowRunner, Jesus man, you can't do anything quickly on it. It's like being married. You know, doing one mission on SnowRunner is like a marriage. It takes bloody years. So set the reverser to forward. We shall turn all the little fuses and what have you on in here. So turn CIFA on, PCB, LZB, shut the door. So let's see what we've got going on. So we need a bit of put the reverser into forwards, cab lights, have a bit of headlights, sands on, horns on, wiper. That's what we need. Happy days. Passengers are getting on board. Wait until 16:21. Circuit breakers connected, so we'll set the AFB. I'm going to pretend like I know what I'm doing here. I don't, but I have seen it many times. So we've got a red signal 85 metres ahead. Wait until 16:21. Doors are closed. No, are they? There we go. Doors are closed. Jump out the seat. We'll jump back in. There we go, we're ready to rock and roll. So set that all the way forwards. So I think this is probably one of my favourite routes at the moment. I quite like the level of detail on here, and just everything that's happening with it. I keep looking at the new Southeastern, and I'm just not 100% whether or not I want to go for it. There we go, better turn the handbrake off. Release. What the devil? There we go. And we're off. So we'll just wind this back down so we're not speeding. So PCB. Do I understand it? No. Can I use it? Kind of. I don't mind it too much. I'm just getting my head around the German signalling as well, so I'm not a train driver. But I was fortunate enough as a kid, many moons ago, to have a go at driving a Class 8. So that was at Marshalling Yards, and it was quite interesting. Fairly simplistic. So I'm just trying to keep my speed below 20, 25, just so that we don't set things off and have bells and whistles and brakes and me trying to work out how to restart the train again. So I'm trying as well to run this under DX12. I saw something on the forums about it performing better. I've given it a whirl, and to be fair, it does seem smoother, and it just, I don't know if it's a lighting that just looks a little bit better on it. But let's see how we get on. So this route is about 40 minutes. I don't know if I'll put the whole 40 minutes on, because 40 minutes of listening to me is going to be painful, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know if I can talk for 40 minutes about this route. Just ease off on the power for a moment. So there we go, we can wind it up a little bit now. So my understanding is when the PCB, I think it's PCB or AFB, one of the two, basically the B85 in the corner, when that's flashing, there's a certain speed you shouldn't go above. If you do, the world stops. Right, so I'm going to try not to move the mouse too much. Don't want anyone getting seasick. Look at this, bit of snow on the roof as well. Ease the speed up a little bit. Oh, we've got a double bubble. There we go, so I think we're now going into the unrestricted zone, and this one's active, whatever this one is. This is the AFB. So this is now active, so we should just be able to crank it up to full speed. This lever, the AFB lever, and that's just going to manage it for us now, so we just need to monitor the signals. Hopefully, I've got all the layers, I believe, so we should see a little bit more transport on the route. I tried running some of the slower trains actually the other day, and I was quite impressed by the amount of extra traffic that you see. I'm sort of finding the German routes, for some reason, messing around with the PCB and having the CIFA interrupt you every 90 seconds is somewhat soothing when it all comes together. A bit of CIFA. Okay, I always get nervous with those warning beeps. It makes me think, oh no, what's gone wrong? What have I done wrong? So we've got some signs, signal coming up, we're all good, we're green. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of speed up, not too much at the moment. Another ICE train, another double bubble. So we're running 2080 Ti, i9 10900, everything's on Ultra, DirectX 12, and I believe the resolution upscaling it is 135%, just to take away a little bit of the shimmering in the gantries over the top. So you might notice a little stutter occasionally, but in the main, it seems to be alright, to be fair. I'll try to keep ducking in and out the cab a little bit, just to make it a little bit more exciting, because, let's be honest, we can't really see a lot at the minute. I was reading on the forums the other day after the, I think, Sam's live stream about the removal of the roadmap on the website, and or the changes to it, and a little bit dismayed, to be honest, because I quite like watching Sam just tell people if it's not on the roadmap, we're not making it. Yeah, it's fairly simplistic. But hopefully we get a few more bits coming up. I had a lot of the British DLC on the Xbox, so I had it on the Series X, and I thought I'd change over to PC, put a bit of horsepower under the hood, and massive difference, night and day between Series X and PC. A lot more money, unfortunately, but it's just made it such a different game. But I just begrudge having to buy 2 or 3 25 quid DLCs a freight pack and southeast just to get my native country. So it's a bit, you know, I might do in the future, but it's just not priority at the moment. If you've made it this far into the video, you're doing well. We've got 40 kilometres to go. Bit of fog in the air, sand, snow, whatever the hell it is. I don't know. Looks like someone's got a bonfire. I'm sure we'll have Mr. Sifa crop up as well in a second. I don't know whether these little stutters are the tiles loading in, or whether it is me just getting a bit ambitious with the PC. Could be OBS. Beautiful looking train. Wiper's a bit lethargic though, isn't it? Let's be honest. Half-assed effort. And it does look, I don't know if that's because I've turned motion blur off, but that horrible effect on the wheels seems to have gone. Used to look like metal filings were coming off the wheels. So that's good to see. We'll go back inside for a moment. 35 kilometres left. It's going to be at the tail end of the route where things get a little bit risky. That's where trying to slow this thing down and keep it within the limits. I think that's going to be where it's going to be a challenge. For those that don't use the AFB, what this is telling me here, 9,300 metres to go before there's a speed change, 229 kilometres an hour. Sifa's kicking in, and we're using about 25-30% power at the moment, so everything's fairly normal. Another bit of horn, that works, it's always good. Yeah, we'll see how we go. I think I quite like this route because it's fairly quick, isn't it? Let's be honest. That's going to be the back end of it. If we've got to start messing around, that's going to add the time onto it. I don't know what I acknowledged there, but the red G went. I don't know if I missed a signal or a sign. It's the only thing playing with the safety systems on, I've actually got to pay attention to it. A bit more Sifa love. You can hear the wind. So we're due to arrive at München Passing at 16:45. Right, what's happening with the PCB? We've got red warnings there for something. I don't know what that is. So we might get an emergency stop in a moment, just because, right, it's braking. So we've missed something. Right, is that? That's gone, so perhaps we're catching up another train. Let's have a look at the route map. So we're going to catch up a slow train here. We're following another train. That is what is happening. So we're being slowed down by PCB, I believe, and that's to keep us a set distance from the train in front. So we don't need to worry too much about that. We'll focus on Sifa, focus on the signals. See, that warning's gone again now. And that was a terrible stutter there. This is what I don't quite understand sometimes, why that's doing it. So here we go again, power's coming off, so this is all being done automatically. This isn't me pretending to know. I'm just trying to keep an eye out for the speed boards, and I think from what I can ascertain, the speed boards are I think they're like an orange triangle, just with a 1 or a 10 or whatever you're in there, and you just multiply that by 10 to get the speed. So 23 kilometers out, and we're due in 12 minutes. Red warning again, so we must be catching them up. Brakes are applying. Let's have a bit of external for a second while nothing's happening. There we go. She's definitely lagging up when we're changing camera views and that. So that's slowing us down quite a lot at the moment. Another ICE. Say hello. So let me know your thoughts on this route anyway, guys, because it's one of these routes where you've either got passenger trains, well, they're all passenger trains actually, so you've either got the choice of the ICE or the local trains, and they're both good. Right, so we've got a yellow signal coming up, so we need to acknowledge that with PZB, I believe. So we'll hit the page down key. So we are being slowed down, so we've acknowledged that, and we're off again, green signal. Yeah, just be interested to know what other people's thoughts are about this route. I quite like it because the station sides of it are quite busy. I never mess around with the scenario planner at the moment because I can't be asked with all the setting the different platforms and what have you. But I do find this route's got sort of two characteristics to it. You've got the opportunity to fly along in the ICE, or with the local routes now, they're sometimes just a bit more interactive. You know, sort of watching the signals more, a lot harder to brake the trains at times. I've kind of took to the German routes for some reason. They just seem a bit more, trains seem more interesting, as do the routes. So green signal, 17 kilometers, 10 minutes. We're on track. We'll acknowledge the C for warning. Keeping speed. So we're being slowed down again. Red signal, green signal even, it was yellow. 200 kilometers an hour. What's that? 118, 119 miles per hour. So we are, yeah, we're being slowed down again. And what you'll notice here is this bar's gradually going to go down. So as that bar goes down, the AFB, I think, becomes less relevant. I think you can deactivate and reactivate it, but I don't think it does it automatically. We've then got to control it with the F and the R keys on the keyboard. So basically leave it full throttle, F and R's your cruise control, whatever you want to call it. There we go, and that's automatically applying power again. Acknowledge CFA. Red warning, we're catching up another train again. I'm actually learning something on this route. I wasn't too sure what the red G is, and now it makes sense. 200 kilometer speed limit coming up. So we'll have to wait until the whole train has passed, I believe. Green signal, we don't need to acknowledge that. We've got a yellow coming up. Lots of snow still. And I haven't seen the regional train. So we must have that must have been sat in a station somewhere when we've gone past it. Let's have a quick look on the map. So the regional's not there. There's the other ICE that we're following, and there's the regional. Get rid of that CFA warning. Let's have a look outside. See if we can find somewhere to watch it pass. There's not, don't really look like there's much happening on this line at the moment. So let's jump in here. There we go. Beautiful train. Sliding through the weather there. Let's try and catch it up. It's like a slippery eel. .6 kilometers, 160 kilometer speed limit coming up. God, we need a bridge, don't we? Let's see. Can we perch on one of these poles? Close enough, isn't it? Just trickling through there. Brakes are on. Have a dab of Sifa. Let's get back in the train. Right, now the brakes have come on, so we've missed something. PZB acknowledge. Right, I think that's telling me that something's ended. Yeah, we've missed something. So this is where I need your feedback. I mean, it's difficult to see what we've missed because we've been been messing around outside the cab, but evidently something has been missed. So in terms of resetting, we'll knock the throttle to 0. Wait for it to stop. There's your regional. So this I've become an expert at, stopping and starting them, he says. Right, full stop. Acknowledge. So that was the delete key. So now we've got to try and get going again. So what do? Sort the brakes out. I'll just knock it out of drive. Who's screaming now telling me what I need to do? Let's try and turn AFB off. And then we'll turn it back onto here. Nothing. It's not worked. Right, we've acknowledged PZB. There we go. So I don't know what was happening there. Do you know? So we've got 160 kilometers in 400 meters, so we might as well just drop that down to that level now. And that'll save us any drama at the next signal. Give it a bit of Sifa love again. So we can see here 65 kilometers an hour. The train is wheel spinning. That's fine. We're moving. Green signal. Right, so there's our warning now that I think that's the old cruise control bit that's ended. Why is that not? Don't really know what I'm doing there. It just seemed that it's something to do with the AFB. I had to disengage it and re-engage it. If you're still with me, well done, because this is all quite new to me. Bit of a hobbyist, and I just thought I'd share some of my successes and failures online. And yeah, it'd actually be good to have a community of people to engage with and talk to. The social life has taking a bit of a hit here in the UK at the moment, so we're full flows of the pandemic, currently unvaccinated, waiting for vaccination, which is probably going to be well into this year. There we go, we're passing. Look at that, it's like a race. Who's going to win this? We're both doing the same speed, so probably neither. So yeah, it's been a bit of a rare old day in the UK, and it's a little bit disheartening seeing other countries around the world getting on with their lives and doing bits and bobs. Obviously with none similar restrictions, but over here everything is closed, and the only thing we've got to enjoy is going out in the morning and freezing your tits off. So to mitigate and to escape, there's a blend of flight sim, snow runner, Assetto Corsa, and train sim. And I bought a VR recently, so I bought the Oculus Quest, and I'd like to do a couple of videos with that, but it's just having time at the moment, and I managed to knacker a 90 quid cable, which is playing on Half-Life, and in the midst of a zombie attack, I managed to pull the wire out of the computer and cause significant damage. Right, we need to slow down. Let's get some brakes on here. As if not, we're going to get bells and whistles again. 130 is our target. That'll do. This whole talking and gaming, it's an art. Every respect for people that can do it without thinking about it. So we've got yellow signal, so we'll acknowledge that. Another yellow. Acknowledge that. We'll take a bit of speed out, I think. Don't know whether we'll acknowledge that white light. Right, there we go. So 1000 hertz. We need to slow down. I think we're going to get a stop again here. Ah, we're already there. We're coming in. Let's chuck the emergency brakes on. That might actually play in our favour. We're going to stop massively early. Yeah, sod it. Let's just open the doors there. If they're at the back of the train, they'll have to walk along it, won't they? So we may be coming towards the end of this scenario. Right, so we've got the flashing 70 and 85, so I think that means we can't go above 45 kilometres an hour. Look at that. Look at that. The amount of distance these poor sods are going to have to walk. I mean, we've got one door. No one's getting on. No one's getting off. But we actually made good time. We're already on the platform. So, telling us to shut up there. Let's have a quick look. No one's in here. Late shift. Right, let's lock the doors to see what happens. So release the brakes. Right, so we must have another stop here now. 7.4 kilometres. München. Hauptbahnhof, I believe is the word. Right, we're not moving. Let's knock it out. There we go. I always find if you can't get moving after an emergency brake, just I'll use the term knock it out of gear and put it back in, because that's most relevant to me. Set the reverser to neutral and then put it back into forwards, and that'll get you moving most of the time. Tips from an idiot. So we need to keep the speed down at the moment. Here's all the passengers. They've missed the train. They you know, they should have stood at the other end of the platform. So green signal. 1000 hertz. We're going to slow down. 1000 hertz. 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 1000 hert I think we'll be on a bit more of a coast into München now. It's a pain in the arse with all the snow. You just can't. I mean, it looks great, but you can't see bugger all. Right, so we've got a H here on this signal. I've no idea what that means, but we're going to acknowledge it. So hopefully that will release us and enable us to speed up a bit. We've still got the two flashing lights, the 85 and the 70. So I'm just reluctant to speed up at the moment because I think that will trigger the brakes again. So we've got solid 85, so I think we can now go up to line speed. Although it's not going to be for that long. Local train's gone. It's left us for dead. So 6.6 kilometres left. 16:58 is our arrival time. CIFA is off. Let's go. Let's keep an eye out for these warning signs and signals. Allegedly, they're there for a reason. There's a speed sign, so 90 kilometres an hour is coming up. So we'll start knocking that down a little bit now. Sort of CIFA out. Turn the brakes off. So I think we're about where we need to be. I assume that speed limit was for us. Had a 9 in it. Arrows pointing down. Nothing's buzzing, so we're okay. 5.1 kilometres, CIFA. Have a quick nose around outside. Just quick. We're going to come up to some signals in a moment. So we've got a 60 kilometre zone coming up in 3 kilometres. So we'll start to ease that down in a moment. Nothing to acknowledge on this signal. .4 to go. Yeah, we're bossing this, guys. Who's still here? Leave a comment if you're still here at this point. What are we, 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in? If you've made it this far, you've done bloody well. Well done you. I'd give you a like. Tell me your channel, I'll give you a like. Alright, 2 kilometres to go. So we should start seeing speed boards, I think, in a moment. We'll shut that up first. Right, so let's knock this down a little bit. We'll jump down to 70. So coming over the bridge. Right, so we've got a few colours this side. So we're obviously in the green. Let's watch her come through. Slowly coming through. We'll knock it down a little bit more to 60. Brakes are on, CIFA's on. Slowly making our entrance into München. So we're in 1,000 now, so we'll knock a bit more speed out. Right, so we've missed something there. So we're under 1,000 hertz. So what that means is we've missed something, but I don't know what. So it's showing line speed, which was, I think, 70 at the moment. We'll go up to 60. This is where I get a little bit perplexed. I was just wondering what I've missed. If I know what I'm missing, I can change it. But right, so 1000 hertz, brakes are on again. So what have we missed there? So clearly we're missing something. This is the bit where I need someone to say to me, press that. So I know now, obviously, with the flashing lights, we've got to be a bit more careful. Right, so we'll knock it out of gear, put it back in gear. Let's drop that speed down to 40. Brakes off. Right, we're off again. So we need to keep our eyes out. Going to keep it below 40. I think that should keep us okay. .7 kilometers. Right, so we've got green and a yellow. It says 60 for the speed. So we'll acknowledge the signal. 1000 hertz. I'm going to press it again just in case. So I think when these 1000 hertz come up, you've got to jump on the brakes straight away. That's the only thing I can think of. So we're at 40 anyway, so we don't need to make any adaptations to our speed. C for off. 1.3 kilometers and 3 minutes to do it. I think we should be alright. So we might drop down into a 500 hertz magnet. This is where it does look impressive with all the signalling lights on the ground. So I think we just went past a speed board sign there, so that might be one of the things that we missed earlier. So we've got flashing, we've got a white light up here. Turn C for off. So 30 kilometers. Oh shit, we don't want to do that. Right, sort C for out, knock the speed down again. I wonder whether those little white lights are symbolic of entering into new speed restrictions. And we've now come out of the 1000 hertz magnet, so I don't know if that's because I've acknowledged stuff. Right, 2 white lights on the floor. Let's ignore it, see what happens. Nothing this time. C for off. We're making a slow entrance in. Ever so slowly into München. Let's stand on the platform. Oh, we're on the wrong platform, bugger. Beast is in. Right, we're supposed to better slow down in a second. Ah, no, we're okay. But if you're still here, guys, thank you. Appreciate it. It feels like a little bit of company. And I'll probably do another one of these. I need to get a little bit more consistent in putting some bits up, but I know sometimes when you're just watching someone go A to B on a route, it's not always the most exciting, so I'm conscious of that. We need to brake. Let's drop the power. Oh, I just made it. Let's let these lucky travellers out. Bitte nicht einsteigen. What's that, please night? God knows. Please no. No, yeah, please no. something. That weren't too bad. We stopped alright. Old matrix boards. I wonder why the lead car's got snow on, the remainder hasn't. There's a thought. Waiting until 16:58 and 30. So it could be a return run. I wonder. Oh no, we don't want to do that. We'll lock the left. We'll lock the right. Ah, there we go, we're shutting down. We are shutting down. So, I would imagine you are all bailing. All 2 viewers that made it. Congratulations. But bailing from the video. So, thank you very much. And hopefully, I'll catch your eyesight again in the future.